I've put this away for way too long. Hi my darlings and welcome back to my channel. Today I want to talk about something that's been tugging on my brain for a while, and that's the debate of Asia versus the Western world. Which is better? Now, if you know anything at all about pop culture, you would have noticed a shift. All attention is no longer on Hollywood and the Western media. And if you know this, then you'd have noticed a lot of people talking about how amazing Asia is, their culture, and how terrible and vulgar the Western media is. Sigh. And when they say Asia, obviously they mean Japan, China, and South Korea. Most people have no idea of just how many Asian countries exist. K-dramas, C-dramas, and J-dramas aren't new to the world. In fact, I'd argue that people have been watching those way before they knew K-pop existed. They existed, but they weren't in your face. The select people watching weren't loud for the most part, till the rise of K-pop. Mind you, before K-pop, the Western media was doing numbers round the world, so many genres were getting the love they deserved. But then K-pop boomed, and everyone shifted their attention to a new market. A market where everything is carefully planned out and regimented. Idols aren't human, they are filled with talent and are airless. Idols can dance, sing, draw, and act. They apologize to their fans anytime they do something their fans don't like. They take parasocial relationships to the next level at fan meetings, and fans actually get to touch their faves. Most of all, according to the fans, Asia, and I mean Japan, China, and especially South Korea, the idols were pure, dressed decently, and weren't westernized. I started listening to K-pop because it wasn't vulgar. If you've been around even for just a few months in K-pop fandom space, then you probably have seen this comment more times than you'd care to count. To many international stans, South Korea especially, is everything the Western world is not. It's everything the Western world should learn from. They dress modestly, they don't swear, the men are gentlemen and truly care about you, they aren't vulgar, they know how to apologize, they aren't dramatic, they don't get into internet feuds, they are super romantic, they are true performers, they are aces. A lot of people have also gone on to say that it seems like more effort is put into K-dramas and Korean music. They really take out time to curate beautiful experiences for the audience and their fans. Their idols are more genuine, and they know them because they have so much more content to watch. They get to meet them, blah blah blah. K-pop idols are more grounded and down to earth, while Western idols are so proud and rude. With people already saying this, it was only a matter of time before everyone and their mother started dropping Western media. By that I mean they stopped listening to Western music or watching Western shows, or dressing to modern, according to them, that is. Western makeup suddenly stopped looking good on everyone's face and only Asian makeup looked good, mostly South Korean makeup and Chinese makeup. I don't literally mean everyone. That's for the purpose of exaggeration, but you get the point. I just want to say this. And a lot of people might not agree with me, but I'll say it regardless. This has to be one of the most stupid debates I've ever heard in my entire life. All Western media is done without effort and is vulgar? You have got to be playing. You just have to. I can understand why the shift is there, to be honest. Yes, they have nicely fleshed out stories in their dramas that span nearly an hour and 30 minutes for 12 to 16 episodes. Agreed. But to say that Western media doesn't put in much effort? Nah. Hollywood tends to churn out more movies than series, which, as you know, is the very opposite of South Korea. Especially, they churn out series faster than you can blink. And that's all good and fine. If you prefer to watch series over movies, go for it, but don't say that less effort is put into Hollywood just because they create more movies. Do some of you even have any idea the kind of work that goes into creating movies? Have any of you even watched David Fincher's The Killer, Oppenheimer, Past Lives, Fallen Leaves, Anatomy of a Fall, Poor Things, May December? These are some of the most beautiful films released just last year. The mainstream films, you know, are the ones directly in your face, the blockbusters. Most of you haven't actively searched for the more wonderful films Hollywood has to offer. Am I going to sit here and say Hollywood is better than Hollywood? Absolutely not. Hollywood has lost its edge. I'm not even going to lie. But these are two magnificent industries, churning out art after art, that has gone through many processes, and many individuals worked on these projects day in and day out. Both of them have beautiful gems. Mainstream Hollywood isn't the best, but my God, Western media still makes amazing films. The music industry isn't any different. The only difference between K-pop and Hollywood in regards to their music is the content they churn out. Hollywood artists tend to be more closed off sometimes, and it's well within their right. The paparazzi has ruined so many lives. If they want to live quietly, they should. For the ones that choose to go live every 2 to 3 business days, good for them too. They are more open to the media, but do not use them to represent an entire industry. Like the Megan Thee Stallion and Nicki ish that just happened. Nicki chose to rant on social media and Megan chose the classy way out. How Nicki handled shit is completely her problem, and her career is going to suffer for it. But Nicki is not everyone. She is not Hollywood. If these artists don't feel like releasing vlogs, then fine. Not everyone wants to watch people do mundane things, you know. And not everyone wants to release videos just doing mundane things. On the flip side, in Hollywood, you've got vlogs from groups, individual vlogs from the members, fan meetings, community meetings among the fandom, and so on and so forth. You've got access to a lot of content basically, and you then feel like, because of it, they are more genuine, more grounded. You know them so well. Hate to burst your bubble, but no, you do not. The content you're seeing has been perfectly curated. Even unscripted shows have guides that the cast follow. There's no such thing as an unscripted show. The content you're seeing is not always by will of the participant, or in this case, idol. You're seeing the content because it's in their contract. The company told them to do those vlogs. If they choose to do so willingly, good and fine. I love that for them. For the stans that love to watch these content, I love that for you. Enjoy it. Kick up your legs, grab some popcorn and a drink and enjoy the show. But don't shame other artists because they choose not to do the same. Because the same amount of effort and work go into Hollywood's music too. They spend loads of time working on their music, which most of them actually take part in the writing and production. Hollywood's strongest suit might not be drop-dead amazing music videos, but you cannot deny their artistry in music. If you don't like the mainstream music that all you hear are curse words, then find the artists that don't curse. The same way if you don't like a group's music in K-pop, you find the artists that you like. Do that. Because I can bet you that there are a buttload of artists who don't curse, and there's so much diversity in genres. You can basically find everything in there. EDM, hip-hop, rap, real rap by the way, country music, blues, soul music, R&B. There are literally over 1,300 genres of music in the world. Over 17 of those genres are centered around Western media with over 80 subgenres. If you're looking for music that suits your style, there is such a massive pool to explore. This argument kinda makes me feel people are hating on Western media for the sake of hating on Western media. I for one am African American. There's enough reason for me to join that bandwagon, but blind hate gets people nowhere. If you just want to watch Asian stuff, good for you. You've chosen what you want to stick with, but don't praise Hollywood in an effort to destroy Hollywood. K-pop stans do this amongst themselves. They tear other groups and fandoms down for the sake of raising up their faves. And now they're turning their eyes to a bigger fish, two multi-billion-dollar industries. People, there's nothing wrong with Western makeup, there's nothing wrong with Western music, and there's nothing wrong with Western movies or as a whole media. The same goes for South Korea and their media. To conclude this, the Asia vs. Western world exists as an attempt to discredit Hollywood. There is almost no substance to this argument because the facts are actually false. Hollywood isn't the end-all be-all, but neither is Hollywood. There's a lot that goes on behind the scenes that you don't know. If you want to support Asian media wholeheartedly, then go for it, but don't bring Hollywood down at its expense. Hollywood and Hollywood have amazing, diverse artists who work hard on their craft. They go about things differently due to their different cultures, but that doesn't make them any less great. Just like Mama Odie from Princess and the Frog said, sometimes you gotta dig a little deeper. There's more to both industries than their mainstream entertainment. I'd even argue that the true gems of both entertainment industries are the ones that only a handful of people know of. There are so many amazing K-dramas and films that many don't know of because they were underfunded or didn't have promotion, but they were absolutely phenomenal and are even better than their mainstream stuff. That's the same with Hollywood people. Get with the times. On that note, see you next time, my darlings. I love you.